President Muhammadu Buhari has inaugurated the rice processing Amarava Agro Processors Limited in Kano State, northwest Nigeria. The chairman of Fullmark Group, Mr. Shishram Venkateswaran, explains that the company has the capacity of processing 1,000 tons of rice per day. Amarava Agro Processors Limited is the largest indigenous rice processing mill in Kano.
Mountains of rice. The product of Amarava Rice Mill, a subsidiary of Fullmark Group in Kano State, set to be commissioned by the President Muhammadu Buhari. The President arrives in the company of the Governor of Kano State, Abdullahi Ganduje, the Emir of Kano, and other dignitaries. After a photo op with the factory workers, obviously delighted at the visit, President Buhari proceeds straight to cut the ribbon. The chairman of Fullmark Group conducts the president round the facility.
The presidential visit is going to be very helpful because it is going to bring the focus on the fact that Nigeria can also produce machines of international quality. We have already demonstrated that by putting up this plant, and the rice that all of you have seen is of quality that is obtainable anywhere else in the world.
Also of significance is the production capacity of the factory, which is touted as one of the largest in the country.
Expect right now we are doing about 60%, which is about 150 to 160 tons. Over the next 2 months, inshallah, we expect that we will be able to take this to 210, 220 tons. And it will take us another 2 or 3 months before we can get to maximum capacity of 240, 250 tons.
The governor used the platform to speak to the people on his administration's other developmental plans.
In our efforts to make Kano City a truly mega city, we have awarded consultancy services for the review of the Kano Master Plan. Within the Kano Metropolitan, we constructed and commissioned 39 roads with a total length of 75 kilometers. Also, in order to address the issue of urban renewal within the ancient city of Kano, we introduced a new program of reconstruction of drainages, cover slabs, interlocking tiles, and street lights.
Not only has the Amarava Agro-Processing Company created employment in Kano State, but it will help boost food sufficiency and elevate the state's position in the agro-processing industry.
One of Nigeria's favorite brands in the milk-making sector, Arla Dano, has launched 2 new powdered-flavored variants into the Nigerian market. The managing director of Arla Dano, Mr. Mads Bomerstad, announced that the new variants would bring more excitement and nutritional value amongst its milk-drinking consumers.
Okay, let's go like this.
On the heels of the end of the year festivity, renowned and fast-moving milk brand Arla Dano has set its dairy footprint in the powdered flavored milk category with the launch of 2 new variants into the Nigerian market.
Today, we are launching 2 new products, and I've been told by my marketing team that I'm not allowed to say yet what it is we are launching. But I can promise you that what we are launching today is once again on a very, very high quality. It is nutritious and is also an exciting way to enjoy milk products.
What's your flavor? We know you like strawberry. We made it creamier.
The newly introduced Dano-flavored milk powder, which comes in strawberry and chocolate flavors, promises consumers a nutritious experience and a satisfying taste.
We are launching this new variant to excite consumers, especially milk consumers who are mostly kids. So we want to excite mostly our kids with exciting new flavors. We know they love flavors as well as also desire quality nutrition. So with our new Dano-flavored milk powder, you're getting the best of both worlds. So you get to enjoy your meal as well as your share of quality nutrition.
What we are offering them is a very healthy, high-quality, nutritious flavored products that at all time lives up to some very, very high-quality standards. And we have launched them in a sachet to 30 naira and in a pouch for 360 gram. So both you could say we launched, so you can have one on the go and you can have one bring home and enjoy at home.
The Allah team strives to create a rich drinking culture in Nigeria beyond breakfast, as the new chocolate and strawberry Dano flavored milk is rich in vitamins, making eating simple and joyful for everyone.
Time now for the rest of today's business news. Here is Anne Nwawudu.
Thanks a lot, Ladi, and welcome to Business News. Global ratings agency Fitch has cut its 2017 economic growth expectation for Nigeria to 1% from an earlier forecast of 1.5%. Speaking at a Fitch event in London, the agency's director, Jermaine Leonard, says that although Nigeria's 2018 budget has an oil production target of 2.3 million barrels per day, Fitch's forecast is just above 2 million barrels per day. The rating agency notes that Nigeria saw a rebound in the second quarter of this year after shrinking by 1.5% in 2016. But the recovery has been fragile due to lower oil revenue and a shortfall in foreign exchange. Fitch currently rates Nigeria's economy at B+, with a negative outlook, which the agency classifies as a cautiously optimistic forecast. The Minister of Solid Minerals, Mr. Kayode Fayemi, has warned that idle mining licenses will be revoked in line with the enforcement of mining laws in the country. Talking tough after an industry-wide roundtable, the minister says a 5 billion naira support fund has already been set up for miners to access.
The law that we're operating now is a 10-year-old law. It's a 2007 law. And we have not come to say, oh, this law is not good, we want to dump it, because the sector needs predictability, it needs certainty. So we're not changing law, we're enforcing the law. Because that's the area where there's been some gap in the past. People take licenses and they don't do anything with it. They just put it in their pockets and then walk away. Now we're saying it's no longer acceptable to us. If you don't use your license, you lose it. And we'll give it to people who are more serious so that we can hold them to account for what they've done. So the ministry is doing that. On finance, the ministry is also putting our money where our mouth is. We've just put 5 billion naira in the Bank of Industry to support artisanal and small-scale miners. We're putting more money in our Solid Minerals Development Fund. We're raising a bond for much bigger players in the field, a $600 million bond, because mining is an expensive, capital-intensive business, and you must really put your money where your mouth is.
The Minister of Solid Minerals, Mr. Kayode Fayemi. Now, 7up Bottling Company says that it will hold a shareholders meeting on January the 11th next year to approve an offer by private majority investor Afelka for 26.8% stake, or about 171.5 million shares of the company. However, the Lebanese investment firm is not expected to vote at that meeting, which has been ordered by a court to decide on the takeover. The company's chief executive officer confirms that 7up could be delisted from the Nigerian Stock Exchange after the buyout, which is still subject to shareholder and regulatory approvals. Meanwhile, 7up's share price gained 5% to 101 naira 97 kobo at the close of trading today. And talking about how markets closed today, local and foreign investors took advantage of the recent strong price performance of the local stocks to reap some profits from the market. To tell us details, here's Chimeze Obiwago.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. A lot of profit taking took place at the equities market today that the bulls couldn't withstand the force. The profit taking was majorly noticed on the industrial sector stocks, Dangote Cement and WAPCO in particular, and that pulled down the index 0.70%. This sentiment today was actually anticipated by traders as the market has gained substantially this week. Despite this drop, the market looks relatively strong as indicative on the transaction volume and value. Axis Bank, Fidelity Bank and ICO Insurance are the volume and value drivers. Even on the price movement chart, the market breadth was positive, with 27 gainers led by Linkage Assurance versus 17 losers topped by Dangote Flour. For traders, Santa remains in the market and hopefully will unpack all his gifts in the weeks to come. And that was the stock market report. I'm Chimezie Obi Iwago.
Well, we'll definitely be expecting those great gifts from Santa. In the meantime, major world stock markets have ended the first trading week of December mostly upbeat following the breakthrough in Brexit talks and the better-than-expected U.S. November jobs reports. Let's check out the figures for today.